Once again, we have idiots in the media blaming video games for mass shootings. Yeah, it's not like there's a lack of background checks, a lack of information on these people. You know, if we had a better background check system that checked what this person is, how their head works, you know, then maybe this could have been prevented. Or maybe if we had a ban on assault weapons, or made it more difficult for people to get guns. No, that's not the problem. It's not the problem. It's not the access to fucking guns. No. According to these schmucks, it's the video games again. The evil video games that can be escapism, that can be good therapy for people who may have violent outbursts. It releases their anger. Okay. So these idiots are really going to blame, you know, something like this, which is a good fun sci-fi game. You know, they're going to fucking blame these types of games. They're going to be blaming the Call of Duty and the Battlefield, you know. And you know, while you may or may not like these games, these are the types of games they're going to be fucking targeting. Now, the fans of Call of Duty I got some issues with, but I think there's a difference between people who are smart enough to know the difference between killing a person in real life and killing someone in the video game world. In a video game, they're digital, pixelated characters created by developers. Okay? Same goes with these types of games. Okay? Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 2. This is one of my favorite games on the PS3. I play it a lot. It's fun. It's enjoyable. But you know what this game isn't going to do? I'm smart enough to know that I'm not going to really fucking stab someone in an alley. I'm not going to shoot someone who's like a robber or something. No. I'm not going to do that shit. And you know why that is? Because I'm rational. Because I know the difference. Now, another thing you could also blame besides, you know, gaming, you know, another thing you could do besides blaming the video game industry, you know, is maybe blame our mental health care system. How that's run. How people don't have access to it. In Canada, mental health care is free. And you can say, oh, well, that's high tax rates. Yeah, well, think about it like this. If someone had the ability to get mental health care easily and free as a government service, wouldn't that be a good cause for your taxpayer dollars to go to, rather than these fucking wars? I think it would. And another thing I'd really like to bring up. You really fucking think something like this is going to cause people to kill, to get a gun, and commit mass murder? You really fucking think that? You schmucks. You laughable schmucks. You really believe that shit. Okay, I'll play along. Fine then, Ed Schultz. Going back to what this schmuck said. Then, where was your analyst? Did you bring someone to interview? Where your sympathy with the gun owners? Yeah, you're sympathetic? Really? I'm not. I'm sympathetic to the families who got killed. I'm sympathetic to the people in Columbine. I'm sympathetic toward the people in the Newtown shooting. I'm sympathetic to everyone who was involved, who was personally hurt by a mass shooting, who lost a loved one in a mass shooting. So, how about we do this? How about we limit people's access to guns? And I'm not talking about cops or professionals who actually know how to handle this shit and have been trained to use it. I'm talking about the average Joe. Because, you know, I don't think Joey boy needs a fucking assault rifle to protect his family. Okay, and yes, he used a shotgun. Okay, well, that goes back to the issue of limiting people's ability to get a gun. And I said this in my last rant. Okay, well, say if someone does break in, and you have two options. You can A, keep your gun in the safe. Now, in that scenario, you're going to be in a moment of panic. Are you going to remember the combination? What if you have the combination written down, and the perpetrator can see that combination and unlocks it on his own, or just breaks the fucking safe and gets the gun? Well, what do? Do you keep the gun unlocked, What if this family has kids? What if the kid gets a hold of it and accidentally shoots himself in the head? So, have these idiots really thought this through? Have these morons honestly thought this through? Because if they did think it through, then maybe limiting our country's access to guns would probably save more lives, you know? Because, yes, people who are crazy enough can do great damage with a gun. Okay, what's going to do more damage? A gun or a fucking katana? Because you know what? If someone had a katana, you might get cut severely, you might get wounded gravely, like with a great stab wound, but you know what? That guy can be subdued a little easier than a guy with a fucking gun. A guy with a gun can shoot and wound easier than a guy with a fucking sword. And not to mention, after the shooting, we had a drill. And I just kept thinking, and my teacher brought up, well, teachers shouldn't have guns, but should security guards have guns? Well, the young Turks brought up a very good point of that. What if the shooter shoots the security guard and gets his gun? You've just armed him. What if there's a safe? The guy will find the fucking safe. So basically, the main solution is to limit this country's access to guns, you know, so these things don't fucking happen at all, or that often. We've had 250 mass shootings in 2013. That is pathetic. That is so fucking pathetic. We need to limit our access to guns. That's what we need to do. Live long and prosper and have a nice day.